name is Michael Gibson. I am the founder and global managing director of the Critical Mobilization Group. It's the umbrella entity representing the parent corporation, Wartime Professionals, LLC. We appreciate your viewing of this video segment in which I will acquaint you at an introductory level with our organizations and what they're all about. So here we go. First of all, we need to understand the contracting universe because it is one of governments and international governing bodies working hard to resolve major problems worldwide. They do so by contracting private sector expertise to mobilize and deploy the resources necessary to address a wide variety of issues in nations suffering due to conflict situations, poverty, agriculture, or economic collapse, even natural disaster and other misfortune. While much good is accomplished, there are recurring problems in what turns out to be frequently disjointed and dysfunctional industry, with contracts going to the lowest bidder and frequent variations from the accepted norms in business practice, leaving contract issuing authority community vulnerable to baits and switches, frauds, and any imaginable deviation from the best business practices. So, what is the Critical Mobilization Group? First of all, we are multiple global professional associations of those who work to resolve the world's most profound problems, a community of many thousands of individual member professionals from, at this point, 82 nations, and a diverse array of disciplines that are accustomed to addressing many of humanity's greatest problems and helping impacted populations recover from them. These associations are comprised not only of individual, but also corporate members, a seamless garment of professionals accustomed to resolving the most catastrophic and complex problems facing humanity. We are Wartime Professionals International Association, actively engaged in all manner of contracting operations relative to conflict avoidance, conflict execution, and conflict recovery, as well as drug and addiction, hostage rescue, and other volatile issues that may necessitate, of course, the use of force. Again, we are Peacetime Professionals International Association as well, working globally, principally in third world nations in ongoing full spectrum efforts to alleviate poverty, provide humanitarian aid and medical care, reduce child mortality rates, extend lifespans, develop agriculture, facilitate economic development, manage land and natural resources, build institutional integrity, reduce corruption, deliver education, etc. Yes, our mission is vast, but we are exactly the people accustomed to carrying out such operations. We are also Disaster Recovery Professionals International Association, with individual and corporate members providing all necessary rescue, recovery, and humanitarian relief services in natural disaster scenarios, whether slowly developing such as agricultural collapse and famine, or traumatic sudden events such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and tsunamis. Note, member organizations' expertise in any particular discipline are often applicable to and employed in conflict situations, third world development, as well as disaster response scenarios. For example, just consider the utility of medical care, linguists, civil administration, sanitation, or the provision of food and water, which may well be needed in all three scenarios. Thus, one may well find that resources are drawn from all three of our associations for any one project or any given scenario, depending on the issues deemed necessary to accomplish or to be accomplished by the contract issuing authority. In addition, we are Critical Mobilization Magazine, an online magazine publishing analysis of ever-changing global developments relative to international community response to adversely impacted populations, where the needs are related to challenges of man-made or natural origin. Special emphasis will be put on publishing the analysis of our membership, which includes a great many published authors of renowned expertise. Where did all this come from? I thought I'd describe the birth of the idea and evolution of our business and our business model. Basically, a few years ago, I lost the contract after submitting a bid for the security of a high-ranking official in Southeast Asia and also in the Middle East. A lesser qualified company was ultimately awarded the contract. This had nothing to do with our expertise or lack thereof. It only had to do with whom the company was connected. This infuriated me, and I actually said, we are professionals of war, and how is it that we need to continually prove ourselves as such? The next thing you know, the idea of wartime professionals was born, and I began developing the concept. Of course, we saw the need to take out of the English vernacular the phrase, the lowest bidder gets the contract. We started with 3 members, and to date we are approaching just over 12,000. It just seemed to me that people agree that to avoid waste, corruption, and total disregard for policy, that an organization should exist to assist and augment any contract issuing authority or contractor in the optimal execution of their business in resolving world problems. So in brief, that's who, what we are, and how this all got started. I'm frequently asked where we're headed, so I thought I might share a few of our more fundamental goals with you. Some of our critical path short-term organizational objectives, ranging from now to 12 months from now, are: first, we must launch individual and corporate membership role expansion. Our target is 1 million members at the end of 12 months. With the first phase of funding in place, we will launch a global membership marketing campaign in conjunction with operational rollout of providing membership services. This will enable us to build a powerful revenue stream. Most organizations will charge several $100s or more per year to be a part of what is deemed a prestigious organization. We will actually charge our individual members no more than $10 per month. For that very same $10, individual members will be provided access to a wealth of services that far outweigh the cost of membership, and in fact do much to increase the odds they will enjoy greater prospects for a more rewarding career. Develop trade show and conference management team, launch all related planning, and carry out first major events. This trade show will be very important to our operations worldwide. We will continue development and the implementation of our artificial intelligence and correlation software platforms. We will also finalize and implement human resource infrastructure hiring, policies, and corporate culture. Lease and furnish launch phase corporate facility infrastructure. Open search and negotiation for architectural firms to supplement planning for site selection and design of permanent facilities. During the same 12 months, we will form the Critical Mobilization Group chapter prototype. Especially, this is a development team to develop all related strategic planning to facilitate U.S. opening of chapter prototype in temporary facilities within 16 months, and launch design process for permanent facility at the same time. Launch and implement strategic planning effort related to banking and insurance services to be provided to our memberships, both individual and corporate. We will create a training and development team to launch and finalize planning for provision of educational and certification services, and launch educational visioning process for Critical Mobilization Institute. The Institute will provide to our global membership a politically neutral offshore training and development complex, delivering a diverse curriculum of classroom and tactical training for pre-deployment preparation and career path training and certification. A few of our critical path long-term organizational objectives, which would occur within 12 to 36 months, are: as our organizations are built, we will focus intently on developing and continually enhancing a positive corporate culture, inclusive of extensive corporate citizenship, human development initiatives that set the standard for the private sector worldwide. Talk the talk, and of course walk the walk. We have to build a brand. Sustaining A permanent and aggressive membership marketing campaign combined with the provision of right services will guarantee recruitment and retention of the world's best. A critical objective in this same time frame is to provide capacity for the daily generation of over 2,000 international contract-related opportunities for our collective membership body worldwide. Our Critical Mobilization Institute development team during the same period, their mission is to develop all related strategic planning to facilitate the Institute's opening and temporary facilities, its, of course, site acquisition, and completion of design process within the first 24 months of our official launch. With construction expedited to be completed, of course, within the following 12 months of that end of that 36-month period. Open Critical Mobilization Group chapter prototype in the U.S. and promote our entrepreneurial concept to our membership worldwide. That's both corporate and individual. We will then prioritize the opening of first overseas chapter in the UK and the second in Brussels, Belgium. We will replicate the launch of our U.S.-based trade show and convention programs overseas as well, with overseas chapters taking the lead. This will be carried out on a language-specific basis as appropriate to the host nation and regional language norms. This will not only enhance the building of our brand internationally, but will also provide an additional entrepreneurial opportunity for the overseas chapters and also generate additional revenue streams, and I mean tremendous. Our goal is to provide banking and insurance services to our membership, and that's global, both individual and corporate. As well, during this last phase, on an ongoing basis, we will focus on the expansion of the existing revenue streams and profit centers and continually focus on the development of new and additional revenue streams, both for our companies and our membership. As we build revenue streams and value, the most obvious next step is to take the company public. People say you should only ever take your company public if you're raising capital. We're going to talk more about that in later segments about raising capital, the value of our company, as well as many other aspects dealing with how we grow. I want to thank you for joining me today for this brief, and that's the key word, conceptual overview of our organizations, their missions, how this all began, and some of the primary objectives that we have for ourselves in the foreseeable future. Obviously, our plans are bold and lofty. We do not consider them overly optimistic, as our organizational development will be put in place and the expertise that is fully capable of bringing it all to life, one step at a time, to complement our growth and expand our revenue streams and profit generation. I'm Michael Gibson, founder and global managing director of the Critical Mobilization Group, and I look forward in our next video segment to elaborating a bit on how we will go about making this a reality. Thank you.